take our all utensils.
That's
We
it.
should
Yes,
all our
exactly.
utensils master, but in a disciplined manner.
Let's go in a disciplined, organized manner. That's exactly right. In our schools, I used this PowerPoint to teach 2 weeks ago. I think it was. I couldn't meet with you because I was in the schools teaching about fire safety. Our family has always been pretty involved in the fire department. I myself have trained to be a firefighter, and I've been inside with the big uniform on and the water hose squirting out flames. That was something that was pretty exciting. And Mr. Knudsen has been a firefighter for how many years? 43 years. So he's seen a lot. So one of the things we really want to do is practice fire safety. And I thought today would be fun because we will be able to ask each other questions and think about the answers and choose answers so that we'll be ready in case some sort of fire ever happened. They say, like in the United States, perish the thought. We never want that to happen. But especially in our homes, we'll find out the most dangerous places in our homes. And maybe we'll think about places we'll just think about places that are safe and places that aren't. So let's start out this morning. And Dutch, do you want to read the first one? And by the way, I'm so glad to see you all here. It's really a thrill.
Yes. Yes, ma'am. Why is it important to practice fire safety? Preservation of life. Implementing measure helps protect individuals from harm and ensure their well-being. Protection of property. By following fire safety protocols, the risk of the property loss and destruction can be minimized, potentially saving valuable assets and investments.
Good job on that, Dutch. I'm looking at that word protocols, and that would be a word if you were in business that you would use a lot because every business has protocols. It has, think of a synonym for protocols, ways of doing things, I guess. So,
schedule or something.
pardon me?
Schedule also we can say.
A schedule, a protocol.
Yeah, in American it's schedule, right? In British schedule.
Yeah, kind of, but a protocol would be more like a list of things you do in what order. So if it was a fire, we definitely want to get out and then let the fire go in, and they have protocols. They do the same every single time. Like you say, like a schedule, but schedule has more of a meaning of time to it, and protocols has a more meaning of duties that they do one by one. So we do want to protect life and we want to protect property, and that's why we practice fire safety. So let's go to the next slide. Okay, so this is what a lot of the slides are going to be like, or they're going to be questions. And Manav, you get to read. You don't have to read the part that says fire safety. Go ahead and just read the black parts.
Which room is your home? Are you most likely to have a fire? Why?
Okay, so which room? And let's go, Sajid.
Sajjad.
Sajad, please, would you like to guess A, B, or C?
B.
B, kitchen. Let's see the next slide. Sajad, could you like to read why the kitchen is a good answer?
Research shows that 48% of the house fire starts in the kitchen. Pots and pans most often catch fire when the person using them leaves the room. If you have a gas stove, you need to be extra careful about having that open flame. Fires can also start from hot grease on a pan or in the oven.
Yeah, so there's a lot of sometimes open flames. Do you have, any of you have gas stoves?
Yeah, almost every house has gas stoves.
Almost every house, yes.
Yes.
I have a gas stove also. I like cooking with my gas stove. The most interesting thing is we are scheduled to maybe not have gas stoves in the future. They're talking about trying to change us all over to electric. And those of us that like to cook, we're not as excited about that, especially restaurants, because they can control the flame so much better. So, but because of climate change, our governor and the governor of California, they're saying, oh, in 10 years, we're probably not going to have gas stoves anymore. So one of the other things as I'm speaking, I'm saying the word gonna, just to remind you, that means going to. We say that a lot. All right, let's go to the next slide. And Sajid, would you like, am I saying your name correctly?
Sajjad.
Sajad. Okay,
Yeah.
thank you. Sajad, would you like to read the next one, the black?
Yes. When trying to leave a smoke-filled building, what is the best thing to do? A. Stay low and crawl. B. Hold your breath and run. C. Hide until rescued.
Okay, let's go to Manaf. What do you think the right answer is? What's the best thing? What's that?
A.
A, stay low and crawl. Let's go to the next slide.
Yeah,
You're
correct.
right. Correct. Stay low and
Yes.
crawl. And you know, I think the writing went out on that, but you can see from this picture. What do you see in the picture, Manaf?
Ma'am, here is a one boy, and we can see in this picture there was a the smoke is there near his head. I think that is a fire, and that we will scroll down and we will roll. Low, we start slowly and we are walking and crouch. We are crouch and walking. Then like we can say rolling. We will go. Then we can rescue so fastly. And here one tables are there, and this boy, no, this girl is sleeping, and she is walking. So near, she
Manav,
is walking.
excuse me, Manav. Walking, you cannot walk like on your hands. That is crawling.
Yeah,
Crawl.
that's crawling. Good. Thank you
Walk
for that
means you are
clarification.
standing and then you are
Yeah.
moving. That is walk.
Yeah. So we wouldn't want to walk because then our head would be in the smoke.
Yeah.
And one thing about the smoke is that it's toxic. Breathing those fumes when we have things burning in our homes like plastics, some of the furniture that we have in our homes, when they burn, they're very toxic. So you do want to stay out of that smoke as fast and get out as fast as you can. So let's go to the next slide. Oh, there we go. How about Dutch? Can you read that?
Yes, ma'am. You'll breathe less smoke if you stay close to the ground. Smoke naturally rises. So if there is a smoke while you're using your escape route, staying low means you can crawl under most of it. You can drop the floors and crawl on your hands and knees below the smoke.
Good job. One of the words in there is American English is very different sounding than British English. The escape route. We don't say escape route. That's perfectly fine. We will understand you either way, but it's just in America we say route. So there you go. And the other word was breathe. Breath is B-R-E-T-H, and with breathe, it's got an E on the end of it. So that little tricky ending, a breath is like a noun. I take a breath, it's something, but breathe is a verb. It's we breathe in and out. Okay, that was very good. I just wanted to clarify those little things since we're in English lessons. Let's go to the next. Okay, Manaf, would you like to read the question?
Yes, sir. At right low should your bedroom door be kept?
Read the
Ma'am,
option.
we have to give. Okay.
Read.
A open so you can smell smoky quicker. Second, close the
Prevent.
present
Prevent.
prevent smoke prevent smoke of fire from eating
Entering.
partial open partially
Partially.
Good job.
partially open partially open so just a little smoke comes in.
Okay, so it's your turn, Josh. Do you want to look at the next or guess which one?
Ma'am, it would be A1, maybe.
Which letter? I'm sorry.
A.
B. Okay, let's A. Open so you can smoke quicker. Let's go to the next slide
B.
and go ahead and click on it again, I think.
Back or front?
Just go forward. I think there might be some writing. Okay, yeah, we want to keep the door closed. Okay, let's go to the next slide.
Mhm.
Oh, there we go. Okay, so Dutch, can you read that, please?
Yes, ma'am. Closed doors also prevent oxygen from leaving the room and feeding the fire and gives you more time to get out. Leaving doors closed also gives you some time to figure out an escape. Call emergency services or wait for firefighters to find you. If you can't leave a room.
And even though are many things that you've probably learned before, is it a bad thing to hear it again? No, because when fires happen, it's important for these things to be automatic and to know what to do. So I think any of us can benefit from learning about fire escape and what to do in case of fire. So let's go to the next slide. Manaf, would you like to read this one? Oh, first of all, question. Manaf, would you read the big black words at the bottom?
What is the emergency number in your city?
What is it, Manaf?
For ambulance means emergency. For ambulance, you can say 108, and for emergency 112.
And 100.
What was it again?
No, no, sir. 100 is for police,
Police.
sir.
Yeah.
100
And
is
for ambulance, like something for we have to go urgently in hospital, we use 108 emergency number. And for emergency, for some fire we get at some emergency, we use 112. And for police and to something happens, murder something, then we used to call 100.
100. So if there was a fire, what number would you call?
Ma'am, 112.
112. Okay. So now you know it right off the bat. So that's the most important thing. Here in the United States, whether it's fire, whether it's ambulance, or whether it's police, we all dial the same number, and that's 911. Okay. So
Can
go
I
ahead and read.
excuse you, ma'am?
I'm sorry.
I want to ask you one question. This is 9/11. Is it like that? Miss this number is kept after the event of 9/11? Is it like that?
Yeah, it was before 9/11. Yeah, isn't that strange? It's such a funny, odd, very strange coincidence. But that was our number in 1980s, my husband says. Yeah,
Okay.
it got instituted everywhere. So if you're in New York, it's 911. If you're in Los Angeles, it's 911. If you're here
So
in
even
Seaview, it's 911.
before the Twin Towers, even before that event.
Absolutely, yes.
Oh,
1980.
what a coincidence it is. 9/11.
Very strange. It's a
Yeah.
very good question. My husband says that is a great question.
Yeah, I did a research on that actually.
All right. So, Manav, it's your turn to read the black questions.
When calling 911, what is the most important information you must provide?
Oh,
Good.
A. Isolate what the emergency is.
exactly.
Exactly what is the emergency is. B. The address of the emergency. C. The kind of help you need.
Okay,
Sir,
Dutch, are you there? Hold on. It's his turn to guess. Dutch, do you want to read? Do you want to guess the answer that you guys are on the spot today? We've got two people.
Ma'am,
So we're
as it is of fire safety only, so the exactly what is the emergency, it would be fire safety. So we should give the address first, maybe B.
Hmm.
so B. That was kind of a trick question. Let's see what the answer is.
Should we go to the next?
Yes, please. And Manaf, what's the answer?
Ma'am, B, the address of the emergency.
They're going to want to get there, and they'll make their own determination of what's wrong, because maybe you're excited or panicked, and maybe you don't see the whole picture, but they're coming and they're very good in emergencies, so they just want to get there fast. Okay, so let's go to the next question. And Manaf, would you read that one? Oh, actually, it's Dutch's turn. Come back. Sorry about that. Dutch, it's your turn, and Manaf gets to answer this one.
Yes, ma'am. If you think there may be fire behind a closed door, how can you safety check? Touch the door knob to see if it is hot, then the door. Touch the door itself to see if it is hot, then try the knob. Try putting your hands under the door and feel heat.
So Manaf, do you know what a knob is? That's what you turn, right? Okay, so which one do you think is the answer, Manaf?
Ma'am, B.
Touch the door itself and then try the knob. You know, you're right. And my grandson, oops, let's see the answer.
Yeah, correct.
Yay, correct. So my grandson had a good way of remembering that. And he said, think about it. If you touch the knob first, then your hand would get burned and you wouldn't be able to escape down a ladder or use your hands. So always use the back of your hand to touch the door, not the front, because you want to preserve this part of your hand in case you have to escape.
Yeah.
I think that's how I remember it. All right, let's go to the next slide. All right. Dutch, do you want to read that one?
Yes, ma'am. If trapped inside a fire, what shouldn't you do? Call out for the fire department. Try to get to a window. Hide in a closet. Ma'am, what is closet?
Okay.
Cupboard.
And
Cupboard.
well, Manaf,
Almira.
I'm sorry, sir.
Almira, or the cupboard, you can say.
My Almira is a cupboard, right? A closet. That's where we keep our clothing.
Yeah.
In. Okay.
What?
So, Manaf, what do you think the answer is?
B. Ma'am, this try to get to the window, ma'am, because we will go to near the window, then we can escape from there easily.
Shouldn't do.
And you know, this
Manan,
is
what the question is asking. If trapped
yeah, the
inside a
question,
fire, what shouldn't you do? Not what you
yeah.
should do. Question
Sir,
is
does
negative.
that come? My question for you, sir, does that come up a lot in the tests that you give? That when they use the word shouldn't, and then so like the question,
Yes.
does that come up with your
The question
student?
is little
Don't read the
tricky. The
question
question is
quite. What
confusing.
does it?
Ma'am, the
question-
answer would be
Yeah, huh?
hide in a closet, ma'am.
Yeah, that is. I also agree.
You should not.
And because if we we hide in a closet with the spread of fire, we would also burn, and we would not
Yes.
know only when the fire is coming or
You
not.
will be
That way.
roasted like a chicken if you
Oh,
hide in
no.
the closet.
That would be bad. So, Manaf, do you see the word in red? Shouldn't? That means should not.
Ah.
So, what should not do you do? So that's a little bit. It's called a contraction. N-O-T. They take the O out and put the words together. Shouldn't. Okay. So let's look at the next.
Yeah, see.
So, Manaf, would you read this, even if you're scared?
Yes, ma'am. Hide in a cloth. Even if you
Scared.
scared, it's most important never to hide under a bed, in the closet, a shower, or anywhere easily during fire. If you hide during a fire, fire engine,
Look at that compound
Firefighter.
word. Yeah.
firefighters,
Uh-huh.
firefighters, or other
Responders.
responders won't know them you are. Try not to blink,
You
blink
know what this
and
word is? It panic. It means you're so scared you can't think. So, and you're breathing fast. If you're panicked, it's more than just frightened. It's extremely frightened. So try not to panic. Okay.
and
Keep
do
going.
you best and do you and do your best to remain claim and make your way to the nearest way out of your house.
So try to remain calm. So that panic is one air, like very, very scared. The opposite of panic is calm, like very calm and very peaceful. Try to think, because we know that when we panic, we don't think very well. I was out with Mr. Knutson, and we met a firefighter from Seattle, and he knew someone from our community that he'd worked with that actually went to Seattle to work as a firefighter and then came home to Seaview, where we live. But the supreme compliment they gave of this firefighter was that he was the most calm person that they'd ever met. No matter what came at them, they liked being on those calls with him because he did not panic. He always kept a level head and knew what to do. And isn't that the kind of person you'd really like if you had a fire? One of the things that when I was doing fire safety that was really interesting and sad too was that the woman I worked with that was a fire educator said that they actually found 2 fatalities where the fatalities means someone had died in a fire, where they'd actually gone into the bathroom and they'd put themselves in the shower, because you think about it, water puts out fire, right? But they didn't get out of the house. So if you're in a fire, that water is not going to save you. You just really want to get out of your dwelling. Okay. Any questions on that one? Okay, it's kind of sad, but let's go to the next. Okay, I don't know if Dutch is here.
Yes, ma'am, I'm here.
There you are. Okay, would you read the question?
If trapped inside a fire, what should you do?
Hmm.
Ma'am, should I answer, ma'am?
Why don't you read the choices, and then if you'd like to answer, you sure can.
Try to get to a window and open it. Hide us. B. Hide under the bed. C.
Ma'am,
Call your parents.
ma'am,
Do you want Manav to answer that? Dutch, do you want to answer it, or you could? It's up to you.
Ma'am, let Manav answer.
ma'am, ma'am, because it is telling try to get to the window and open it.
Very good. And there again, now you see just the word should without the NT. So this is what you should do. Very good. Okay, let's go to the next question.
Yeah,
And
correct. The correct answer.
And ma'am, it is like we will not open the window, no, ma'am. Ma'am, then there will be so smoke and we will not get oxygen and we will die there only.
sir, what do you think about that?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you hear what Manav said? I'm not really sure how
Yeah,
to
yeah,
respond.
yeah. He said ki if we will not go near the window, the smoke will be too much, and it will be difficult to inhale. It will be difficult.
Right.
Yeah.
Sir, what do you think? Well, I don't want to answer that. Is there anybody that agrees or disagrees with that?
Ma'am, it is yes, ma'am. It is correct, ma'am. If smoke will increase, there would be a deficiency of oxygen.
Yeah.
So if we don't open the window till then, we could also die.
Well, we all know that with smoke or fire needs oxygen, right? Because you have a fire triangle, you need heat, you need oxygen, you need fuel. But I'm wondering, because do you live in an apartment building that has many floors?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, lots of us do. So if you opened the window, would you be able to get out on a fire escape? Or would you just be looking down at the street?
No, ma'am, but there is also one option, ma'am. Like if we are seen from the window, means if there is no net of that window, no fielding over there, no fencing over the window, then and if we do means some actions and firefighters are here to save us, they could see us,
Oh, yes,
so
they
they
could.
can.
Means he can get the attraction of the firefighters that I'm here. He want to show his presence there.
At the window, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And
Yes.
then they would have maybe a net down and you could jump into the net. Is that how you would be saved?
Yes, ma'am. Or someone with that a big ladder could come to save the home.
Very good. So you're right. You wouldn't want to open the
Ma'am, but
window and
in this picture, why this person is hanging on the ladder?
yeah, he had a home ladder. And if you were in a single family dwelling, a house, then you could probably use this kind of ladder. But where you live, I don't think that would be very useful, you know? What do you think, sir?
Yeah, yes, ma'am. Because most of the
Would
time
it,
it happens ki when we are stranded in such a situation, we do not get anything to help us, like especially rope and the rungs what he has made with the bamboo stick or something. That
yeah,
will be very helpful. Like even during the pilots, when there is emergency landing or the plane is going to crash, so they have such kind of ladder. I have seen in most of the videos. Like they can skip.
interesting.
And there is a tectonic slider, sir. Means it is
Yes.
of 25 lakhs, sir. Very mega, but
Yeah.
they have them could float in water, or
Yeah.
they shift luggage also very easily. It is
And
like a slide.
sometimes they can push themselves up with the button and they are thrown out of that with the cockpit and then they come
Right. They,
by the parachute. Yeah.
yes. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
ma'am, there is even a incident in which a person was sitting near the emergency door, and that kid there was a kid in the window seat, and he opens the emergency door, means that slider. He opens it, so he has to pay about 25 lakh rupees,
Means when the
or
flight was
you
in
can
the
say
air, he
20
opened.
million rupees.
Okay. All right. Well, let's go
20
to the next. That
million.
was very interesting. Okay, let's go to the next.
Once the air hostess asked me when I was
Nana,
traveling in a flight, so by chance I have means actually I have got the seat near that emergency door. So she came and asked me, in case of emergency, would you open this window door? I said, no, no, I don't know how to open and I don't like to open it. Would you change your seat? I said, of course, I want to change my seat.
right. Oh, it'll be terrible.
Yeah.
Okay. The next thing we're going to do is the idea of stop, drop, and roll. So this is important. So Manav, would you go ahead and read the black?
What is the first thing you should be before you stop the door and roll if you close each fire.
Catch fire.
Okay, so slow down. So when the red words are very important. And so I want you to read those slowly and really put the consonant at the end. We stop, put a p at the end. So read those three words.
Stop, door, and roll.
Drop.
Look at the end of D-R-O-P. Put a p sound at the end, okay? You said stop correctly. Look at the next word. It ends in the O-P, just like that.
Drop.
Can you say that?
Drop and roll.
Yes, good.
If you close catch fire, A, cover your face with your hands. B. Jump up and down. B. C. Try to find water. Ma'am, A.
Okay, so Dutch, what do you think it is?
Ma'am, A.
Ma'am, your clothes start to get fire. What
What
should
should,
you do
yeah,
before you stop?
That's answer. What is the answer?
Ma'am, maybe A.
maybe A. Let's look at the next one.
Ma'am, it is A.
Yeah, A only.
Yes.
So even if, so you can see on the left, there's a fire on the man's shirt. So the woman put a blanket over the fire to stop oxygen from getting to the fire, but right away he covered his face. That's a really vulnerable place. You need your eyes, you need your face, so cover your face, stop, drop, and roll. And why would you want to roll?
Ma'am, so that the cover is also removed that no oxygen is produced, ma'am.
So the
To
oxygen
create a
doesn't get,
vacuum inside the blanket.
right. So hopefully that will never happen to any of us, but if it does, we'll know what to do. Let's go to the next slide. And Dutch, do you want to read that, please? And you could
Yes,
say your
ma'am.
number. Use your fire number instead of that 911.
When dialing 112, it's important to number A. Answer question carefully when asked. Give all the information as quickly as possible. A, C. Speak very loudly.
Okay, Manaf, what do you think the answer is?
Ma'am, I think. Ma'am, B.
Give the information as quickly as possible. Let's see if that's right.
No, first A.
Ma'am, it's A.
Ma'am, because ma'am,
And
we
that is
should be.
also necessary, ma'am. If
Ma'am,
we told all the
Wait, it's
information, but
Manaf's
we
turn.
forgot something.
Manaf
Wait,
answered.
wait,
And
Dutch,
Manaf,
wait.
Dutch, you can go next. But Manaf, what were you going to say?
Ma'am, it should be B, ma'am, because ma'am, this is asking that answer question carefully and when asked. Ma'am, the fire is there, ma'am, this much, then we can't say so. We can't say so slowly. We can't say carefully, but we should say so fast and that much we can fast because ma'am, there is so fire and means somewhere like means 20 centimeter that fire is there that in at the fire and we are standing here and the fire is at in bedroom like it will be maximumly equal to 20 centimeter, yeah, 1 meter we can say. Then it is
Okay.
there, then we should that it will come, that fire will come to near us so quickly. Then it should be ma'am B, ma'am, because we can't say that emergency 911 to that call to carefully when we asked, ma'am, we can't say
Okay.
carefully, ma'am.
Your point is well taken because we know that we have to get out of a fire quickly if there's an emergency. But Dash, what do you think? Why do you think this is a better answer?
Ma'am, this is better answer, ma'am. Because if in the because of fast fire, we told that there is a fire, these things are happening, but you didn't told the address only. Then, ma'am, how will we be escaped?
They can see
So,
our
ma'am,
phone, they can
whatever they
trace our phone.
ask, answer
This
they
is a
have.
good debate.
Ma'am, then they can track our phones,
Yeah.
ma'am,
So I
also.
would say, Manaf, you're not,
Ma'am,
they
they
can
can
track your
track our
phones,
phones
but
and
not
take.
always because
No,
they
ma'am, it is
might
not
take you
legal,
to the
ma'am.
address.
Ma'am, it is not legal.
Yeah.
It is
Okay,
illegal.
but oh, my internet connection is unstable. Ugh, that's too bad. I might be blocking out. But anyway, look at what they're doing. They're taking notes, right, Manav? So remember, communication is a two-way street. And if you talk too fast, they might not be able to write down what you say. So you need to answer their questions and you would want to get out. So you've got your cell phone, right? You'd get out of your apartment, you'd get into the place, everybody gets out of the fire, you go to a safe place, but you call them and you answer questions carefully. right?
But it is not for ma'am. It is not important, ma'am. We have to say only one time, and we can say two times also, ma'am.
Not
You
that
might
much
want to
time,
say
na,
2
Manav.
times. Yeah. So
Manav, you only tell that we have to means we have no time. So if you tell 2 3 times, then more time will be wasted. Na? If we
They will
answer carefully, less time will be wasted
yeah,
than
and
saying fast, fast.
sometimes and sometimes when I'm talking, even when I'm talking with you on Zoom, sometimes if you all talk too quickly, I can't always understand every word that you say, and every word might be really important because you might say, I live at this address, but they might miss your apartment number. So they'll ask you the questions, but you're right, Mana, if you want to get out, you want to leave quickly. So that's a great discussion. You guys are really thinking. Let's go to the next slide.
Now we have last 1 minute.
Oh, okay.
We have to
right.
restart, no?
Okay. I'll say the question and you tell me that letter. Firefighters use these to help break windows. Axes, hose, air packs. The answer is
air packs.
axes. Let's go to the
Access.
next.
Access.
Show you the picture.
An access.
There's
Yes.
an axe,
Yes,
a
and-
firefighter. Yeah. Okay. Well, we'll see you after the break.
Yeah.
Ma'am, how air packs, but
It's sharp on the end. They've got a pick on one end, bam, that breaks windows. The other on the right hand side would cut through wood or whatever. Yeah, they're bigger than that. That's a cartoon version. Axe.
yes, ma'am.
AX is singular,
Already.
axes is plural.
Plural, yeah.
Axes. Yeah. Okay. We'll see you
Ma'am,
soon.
there are many axes with the firefighter flags.
I have never used an axe. I've used a hose. Air packs.
Ma'am, I have used a axe, shovel, but all in game, ma'am. Not in real
In a
life.
game.